Well, bore da, Saturday morning, and I'm out and about. I'm off to the mental. That's the plan. The initial plan via the haunted Goblin Tower. I was just going to say the Goblin Tower, but I just remembered the last minute to mention that it's haunted. And I just got to pick up a prescription from the chemist, so I'll be going up Vale Street, busiest road, busiest main road in Denbigh. As you can see the distance there, still white on the top of the hills, higher ground, still white, but there's patches, just the odd little patch here and there, but it was supposed to be, they said -10 and -11 last night, but it wasn't. But anyway, that's you can see there, Denbigh Castle, Denbigh Castle, but I'll be heading up Vale Street. As I say, I want to get a prescription, part of my duties of being a carer. Been a carer now for, can't remember now, many years. Good days, not so good days, but that's what it's all about, isn't it? But anyway, I'm fetching the prescription, so I'll be going to Vale Street. I was going to go at Park Street. I might go at Park Street and then cut through. I think I'll do that. I'll show you where I was born, where I was unleashed into the world. A born and bred Denbighite. So I'll show you where I was born. So anyway, I'll be just joining the railroad, which is just here now, across here, and then heading down to what's called Townsend. And then I'll be going up past via the Goblin Tower, which is haunted. Almost forgot to mention that. And then I'll do a update on the mental. I'll do that. That'll be a separate video. This is just a vlog, you know, a walkabout and a chat and that. I'll do that, and then I go and call back. I'll come back through town, I think, through the High Street and down Vale Street. And then I just want to call in Aldi, get a couple of things. So you're welcome to join me. Well, you've obviously joined me if you're watching this. So anyway, keep going. Right, this is Rill Road. You come off the A55, drop down into St Asaph. This is where you'll come through Trevenant. This is the way you'll head into Denbigh. Another busy road, as well as Riftin Road the other side. But Vale Street is the main, busiest road in and out of Denbigh. As you can see, if I zoom in there, you can see it's still white on the tops there, which it will be, but it should be all gone by tomorrow because the temperature is going to pick up. Anyway, I'll keep going, and I'll have another natter a bit later on. Lovely day for a walk. Lovely day for a visit to the mental. See if my mate's there, Mr. Security. Give me a wave. Okay, this is Townsend. This is the junction between Rill Road, which I've just come down, Riftin Road, which is just down there, and Vale Street, which is straight up into town, into the High Street, which is up there, straight up there. That's Vale Street, busiest road in and out of Denbigh. Now, to get to the chemist, I could go straight up Vale Street, but I'm not going to go that way. I'm going to go via bottom of Park Street, about halfway up Park Street, and then cut through. And I'll show you Denbigh Infirmary. As you can see, very busy. Yeah, I'll show you where I was born. Denbigh Infirmary. Bottom of Park Street. Oh, as if you can hear me. There's the Cludians there. And there, if I zoom in, there's more. Oh, there's a queue the lorry. Wait for the lorry to get up the way. I zoom in, there's Moyle Vamai. There is the Jubilee Tower. That's the highest point of the Cludian mountain range. I bet it'd be lovely up there today for a walk. Been up there when it's been 6-7 foot deep of snow. Happy days. But yeah, anyway, that's Moyle Vamai, highest point of the Cludian mountains. Right, just down there, that corner there is Park Street. You can just see a bit of the infirmary, which I'll show you in 2 seconds. Okay, a bit quieter. This is the bottom of Park Street, and this is, well, Denbigh Infirmary. This is where I was born. It's all the buildings there goes way back that way and way back that way. But that's where I was born, Denbigh Infirmary. But they call it now, it's Denbigh Hospital. You can see there, Ysbyty Denbigh. Ysbyty is hospital in Welsh and Denbigh is Dinbych. So I don't think it's called the Denbigh Infirmary now. It's Ysbyty Dinbych, like I say. You're in Wales now, so hospital in Welsh is Ysbyty and Denbigh is Dinbych. So Denbigh Hospital, you swap the two around and you got Ysbyty Dinbych. But Denbigh football grounds down that way and the bowling green. What I was asked when I was a kid, I used to be good. It's Crown Green, where it rises up in the centre, it's not flat. But anyway, this is Park Street I'm on now. And I got asked, they were watching me, and they said, you're that good a player, would you like to play for Denbigh Town bowls? But for some reason I said no, I refused. But I used to be very good at bowls. Anyway, and that's where one of the railway lines and the bridge used to come across there. It used to be about that high. And come across there to the station. I don't remember the bridge there, but I remember the bridge on Vale Street, the little toilet underneath, and I remember the bridge at the junction of the roundabout between the bypass, which wasn't there then, and Rill Road. There was a bridge there we used to go up when we were kids, and the actual line was there. It was all rusty though, because it hadn't been used. And so yeah, this is Park Street, top of Park Street. It's one of the steepest parts, or steepest streets in Denbigh. There's many steep streets in Denbigh. And then I'll be cutting across to Vale Street. I'll get the prescription. Got my little rucksack on today, because I need some stuff from Aldi, which I'll show you. I'll talk about that a bit later on. As I say, I'll do the NWH, the mental update. That'll be a separate video. This is just a talk and a natter. So anyway, I'll speak to you when I'm about to leave Park Street. There's the church there, which was part of Howell School. It's not Howell School now, it's Middleton College, but that has been empty for years and years. And the slates are gone on the roof there, and the pigeons are coming in and out, so it must be absolutely horrendous inside that, which is such a shame. But as I say, it's stood there for years and years. So this is where I turn off now. Up there is the steepest part of Park Street. If I carry on, I'll come into Hull Square and then onto the High Street. But I ain't going that way. I'm going that way, and I join Vale Street. And when I come back, I'll be going that way, heading towards the Goblin Tower, which is haunted, by the way. Almost forgot to mention it. But anyway, that's Vale Street, and straight across there, which it looks like road closed, that's Post Office Lane. It's a lane in Denbigh that's never had a post office. Some say it's called that because the telephone exchange is there, but I don't know. But it's Post Office Lane. It's a lane in Denbigh that's never had a post office in it. But anyway, this is Vale Street. As I said earlier, the busiest road in and out, and it's got the main, biggest, grandest buildings in Denbigh. There's no other street like it in Denbigh. So that's where it's Townsend on the bottom there. And there's the chemist there. So I'll get the prescription and I'll speak to you in a minute. If I carry on going up there, I come straight onto the High Street. Anyway, I'll get the prescription and I'll speak to you in a minute. So that's looking down Vale Street with the Cludians in the backdrop there. So let's get across. Absolutely useless, that chemist. I tell you, not only you got to wait there, but it wasn't there, it wasn't ready. But then we haven't got stock. Can you come back on Monday? It was ordered last Monday. Give them a week. They're absolutely useless in that place. Right, anyway, get off my soapbox. I'll have to go back on Monday now. So yeah, that's the way I've just come up now. So I cross over Park Street. Come to Middleton College, which was Howell School, but it's Middleton College now. And I thought, going back a few years now, that was stood empty, and I thought, oh, here we go. It's going to end up like the mental, but it didn't. It got took over and it got done up a bit and stuff. It was saved. So yeah, so this is straight across Park Street, across here, and I go that way then. I come to the Goblin Tower, which is haunted. Almost forgot to mention it. It's an ongoing joke, that, by the way. So yeah, there's the gates there to what is now, as you can see there, if I can zoom in, Middleton College, but it was Howell School, and that was part of it there, the church there, which is got to be a hell of a mess inside that now. Pigeons are coming in and out of there. Shame, really. So yeah, this absolutely ginormous complex, this massive place. So that's Middleton College. And the old glass there, I've talked about this before. Couldn't do that now, look at it. They just put cement there, and you see all the pieces of glass, the broken bottles and stuff, to prevent you climbing over the wall. If you tried to climb that now and you got cut, you'd probably sue them, even though you were tempted to rob the place. Right, so anyway, obviously, basically, straight up here now, through this gate. I'll speak to her in 2 seconds. Okay, you can see where the path splits here. Goes that way and that way. If I carry on going that way, which is a very steep climb, I'll join Bull Lane. That's another very steep street. I was going to say, nearly said streep then. A very steep street. I used to have a ping pong ball drop there, but I don't know if they do it now. It's that steep. You pay, I don't know, £1 or something, and you got a number on your ping pong ball. And at the top of Bull Lane, they tip them all, and they'd roll down, and the first ping pong ball to reach the bottom, you'd win a prize, you know, if it was your number. But anyway, turned off here. There's the town walls, and in a minute now, you will see the Goblin Tower, which is haunted. I nearly forgot to mention that. And funny enough, I say that with the cinder track. It's an ongoing joke. I used to get people on Facebook when I'm doing updates and stuff, and I talk about the cinder track and Goblin track, saying that it's haunted, and they moan and whinge, don't they? And that's all you go on about. You talk about haunted cinder track and haunted Goblin Tower and what have you. So it's just stuck now. The more people moan, the more I'll just do it. So that's the Goblin Tower, which is haunted, just in case I never mentioned it. And anyway, that's the complex, which is now Middleton College. But anyways, the path here, and any second now, you'll see the Goblin Tower, which is haunted. I might have forgotten to mention that. Yeah, that's funny enough. There's a dog walker. Hang on, 2 minutes. Yeah, dog walker. Not that it bothers me, but it's a very narrow path, and I had to go up the bank to. I don't like loose dogs, I tell you. But anyway, obviously, basically, there it is, Goblin Tower. I'll show you Cozy Corner too. All these places I have mentioned and featured in various videos, but when I'd be about 8 years old, used to climb up what was known as Cozy Corner, which is where the town walls join the Goblin Tower, and it's there. That's Cozy Corner up there, and there is an actual corner at the top there, and then we used to shimmy across and go through that opening there, and that is a fair old height when you're about an 8-year-old, and that's the bottom of the well. But anyway, that's the Goblin Tower, which is haunted. Don't think I mentioned that before, have I? And this is the Gwyniai I'm entering now. This is the Gwyniai. So yeah, and that's where I captured the face of a little boy, Henry de Lacy's son, who fell to his death on the half-built. They were building the Goblin Tower, as you can see behind me there. And he was playing on the scaffolding and he fell inside down there, and he fell right down the well, and that is the bottom of the well there. And you can't get to that. You can't get to that at all. It drops right down. But his face, and I captured his face there. Tree come down here now. I don't think that was. I think that's pretty recent. That wasn't path, wasn't blocked like that. So yeah, it's cat's eyes. You can't see it from here, but cat's eyes is there. The cave and them steps. If you go up them steps and follow the path up, you come out at Denbigh Castle, Castell Denbigh. So yeah, this is the Gwynion where we used to spend a lot of time as a kid. So yeah, like I say, if I went up that way, I'd come out at the castle, but I'm going this way. And I come out at the, well, the top, more or less the top of Love Lane. You just turn left, you come to the Mental. But look at this. This is pretty recent, this. Have to go this way. That wasn't there about a week ago. That wasn't there. I don't know where the hell it's come from. It must have been come from there and just fallen over, rotten. But yeah, we used to spend our days here in the Gwynion. Nice view of the Clwyd mountain range there. So yeah, that's pretty recent, that. Yeah, we used to be in the Gwynion and in the castle, getting chases off the castle keeper. Usually on a Sunday, when we were bored. What should we do? I'll go and get a chase off the castle keeper. So go into the ground at the back, and go up, and he used to come out. Big fat fella he was. He used to have a suit, uniform on, and I don't think they have him like that now, and like a peak cap. And he used to come running after us. Not once did he catch us. Not once did he catch us, but yeah. So anyway, obviously, basically, I go straight up there now. And if I come to here now, there's a turn off. And that's where I saw, that goes down the back fields, as they're called. And that's where I saw the big black cat. Wary of that place now. But I'll be going straight up there. Straight up there. And roughly here is the tree with all the carved, all our initials on it. And for months and months, probably years, I tried to find it. Because there's loads of like initials. I remember kids going back 40, perhaps 50 years. So I'm giving away my age now, aren't I? And I just happened to be just having a wander around in the Mental. Well, going to the Mental probably. Just have a wander around the Gwynion. And I came across it, so I know exactly where it is now. But I can't find my initials on it. But I did do it. I remember doing it, so it's got to be 50 odd years ago. But I know where it is now. It's roughly in these trees here. But anyway, I keep going up here. You can see, looking over to the Clwyd mountain range, and the Vale of Clwyd. I head towards Ruthin, Brell and Ruthin. So I'll keep going, and I'll come the top, well, over the brow of Love Lane. Turn left, and the Mental will come into view. And as I said earlier, I'll do the the Mental update. That'll be on a separate video, and I'll rejoin you, and I'll head off across town, down Vale Street, and then I'll just do a bit of shopping in Aldi, and then that'll be it. End of this vlog. Oh yeah, I've waffled that much, did I say? Some lad obviously watches my videos, and I was coming out of the filling station, and he said, "Oh, I've got something to tell you, subject for your video." I says, "What's that?" He says, "The cinder track's haunted." So yeah, like I said, it's an ongoing joke. It's quite steep, this path, I tell you. Quite steep. Anyway, obviously, basically, keep going. I'll come to a gate here in a second. You see, big rock, and I'll show you. It's the big rock. And I'll show you a view of the Clwyd mountain range and the Vale of Clwyd. A snowy Clwydian mountain range. Right, I'll see you in a minute. The Rock. A lot of dog walkers out today. Anyway, this is the view of the Clwydians. Like I said, very snowy Clwydians. Look at that. I'm looking through there. If it'll focus, if I zoom in, will it focus? Ah, the mental! Ha! That's the top, the tower, where the chapel was. Well, actually, the chapel was just in front of the tower. It was the water tank used to have in the top of the tower there. That's where the clock was. The clock got nicked when the security left. The hospital closed and security were put in for 12 months. For some reason, they went. Everyone moved in. Looters and that, robbing everything. That clock would be worth an absolute fortune. But God knows where it is, probably melted down. Right, just over here, just around that corner there. And turn left and I'll come to the mental. Okay, just left the path, and that was the old Treverion. It's Denbigh Men's Shed now. If I can find the sign, where is it there? Denbigh Men's Shed, but it was the Treverion, and it was the mental club. It used to be called the mental club because it was part of, it was like a social club, to do with the mental. And when we were kids, still in school, what we used to do by here, there'd be the barrels, the beer barrels, you know, them aluminium ones, and they'd be out there ready for the, you know, the brewery to collect, but there'd be dregs in the bottom of the barrel. And what we used to do is, when we were kids, we used to go there and get a barrel, and we used to go round the corner there, and there'd be a bench there. It's not there now, and you just get a piece of wood or something like that. We used to have glasses and things, you know, and copper, what have you. You turn the barrel inside and get a bit of wood, push it on the valve, and the dregs would come out. It'd be a bit flat, but you get drunk on it. That's what we used to do. You get a few pints out of a barrel. We used to take the barrel back, and then if we wanted more, we'd get another barrel, and you get pissed on it. Right, there's the mental. So, yeah, I'll do my update. This will be on a separate video. I'll just get a bit closer. There's the car. But anyway, there's the mental. But as I say, I'll do an update and I'll get back to you. That'll be on a separate video. Okay, just give you a bit of a close-up. Cold wind here now. It was quite sheltered in the greenyard there. But anyway, there's the mental, which I will do an update, and as I've said, it'll be a separate video, and then I'll get back to you. I'll be walking back over town, down to Aldi, do a bit of shopping, so I'll have another natter with you. So I'll see you in a minute. So the patients that were allowed out of the grounds, there's 4 categories of patients. The ones that were locked in permanently, the ones that were allowed in the airing courts, the ones that were allowed in the grounds, and the ones that were allowed to come and go as they please. And if they wanted to head into town, this is the way they'd come, straight from the hospital, up over the brow and down the lane. And that's how they'd get into town. So yeah, like I say, this is the way they would come from the hospital. The ones where were allowed to come and go as they please. And then of course they had the escapees, which is sad really. And this is where they used to come, and they used to threaten to jump on the top there, that ledge there. Zoom in there, so we used to be on that ledge. And as kids we used to come in and sit on the wall there. We used to watch them. We used to have these ghost eaters, and very sad. But like I say, they used to, it's like 4 categories of patients. Somewhere in Bringolai, it's just a secure ward. They were permanently locked in. Some would be locked in the wards. So those category of patients would be both locked in. And you get the patients, they used to let them into the airing courts, which either side of the front entrance, walled off section. You just wander around. And there were some that were allowed in the grounds under supervision. And then there was, well, actually there was some that were allowed out, but they were unsupervised by a nurse. And this is the way they'd come. And they were funny. They'd have the nurse in the front, so only one nurse, and you'd have about probably 15 or 20 patients, and they went in a group, never in a group. They all used to walk in a single, and he slipped then, in a single line. It's funny. They never used to walk it as a group, but they were supervised, and then you'd get patients that would just come and go as they pleased, like they were okay. George, every Sunday morning, probably where I am about now, because I used to live, I'll show you where when I grew up. I used to live in Ludling Garage in the flat. My father and my tide, which is my grandfather, used to run the garage and what have you. And that's where I grew up as a kid. And somewhere probably where I am about now, used to sing. Little fella with white hair and a big shiny boots. I don't know whether he was military. And always a big like tweed trench coat he used to have on. He's only about 5 foot tall, something like that. But he was quite a good singer, actually. And then, like I say, that's where I used to live. I'll show you where my bedroom was and that. Every Sunday morning, it'd be just getting light. Probably be about 7 o'clock in the morning. You'd hear, used to be singing all the way fundamental. And the further down, closer he got, he'd get louder and louder and louder. And then he'd pass the garage and he used to get faint. And what he was doing, wandering around town on a Sunday morning, I have no idea. But it was every Sunday morning, it was like an alarm clock. And it was George. Sometimes we'd see him on town, the kids, because he was allowed out, he could come and go as he wanted. And we'd say, George, and we'd go over to him, George, give us a song, give us a hymn. And he'd be singing away, because he was quite a good singer. There wasn't much of him. As I say, he was probably about 5 foot tall, like that. But he had this massive tweed trench coat and he had white hair, and these big black boots, and they were all polished. You could see your face in them. But every Sunday morning, other patients, they used to come and go as they please. Like some of you, they used to walk around town in their pyjamas, in a dressing gown and what have you. But as I said, they used to get the escapees. Kids, we'd get to know about it. We'd run up. Sit on the wall and watch them getting talked down, and at the time you think, oh yeah, but when you think you get a bit older, it's sad, and it's really sad. Starting to jump. No one ever did jump. No patient did jump, but they were there on the wall, getting talked down, and sad, innit? But we used to, like I say, when we were kids, we used to run up there, and it was entertainment for us, But anyway, obviously, basically. This is Ludling Garage. Well, I'll show you in a minute. 6A. Why it's called 6A, I have no idea. All the other houses are just ordinary numbers, but this was 6A. I wonder if the number's on it now. There we go, 6A. That was the front door. I was a blue timber door. This is the garage. That was my bedroom up there. That's the showroom, the old garage, and the attic. And it was originally Williams Brothers, who were coach builders, really high quality coach builders. And that was part of the Brit it is now. That was the paint shop, or the paint store. But like I say, it was on my tide, which was my grandfather. He worked for Williams Brothers. What he actually did there, I've no idea. But he worked there as a young man, shall we say, in them days. And then as the Williams Brothers, they died off and what have you. And then all of this lot there, which was the paint shop, I think that was part of it as well. But that was definitely, and like I say, we used to live in the flat above and the garage at the bottom there. They handed it to him, they gave it to him. That's my tide, my grandfather. And there's Rudy's, or what was Rudy's, the old tobacconist's sweet shop. And contrary to what some people think, it wasn't Rudy's business, it was his wife's business. And this was the old cinema, the old Wedgwood, when it started off when I was a kid. Then it came the Futura, And the Peter Moore, the famous serial killer, he rented it out. I don't think he owned it off Lewis. He owned it, and I think this Peter Moore, and he killed, I'm sure it was 4 people he killed. He was a mass murderer, something, but he got banged up for life. So yeah, this is High Street. This is the main, well, middle, the middle part of Denbigh. You've got lower, middle, and upper. And yeah, here, which is part of Evan Jones now, that was a newsagent, and I used to be a paper boy there. One there, and then I was a paper boy, that was called Middleton's. I was a paper boy there, but I started off there. And the fella that owned it, if you watch the Carry On films, Bernard Breslau, he was the spitting image of Bernard Breslau. He looked exactly like him, and that's another Middleton's, that was called. That was a newsagent and what have you. And yeah, I was a paper boy there, but yeah, Bernard Breslau, the old Carry On films. What's with these people hooting? He's looked at me, he's laughing. I don't know if he's hooting at me or what. Oh, I get it all the time, I tell you. Probably people see me wandering out with the camera now, yapping away to the camera. But you get used to it, you get some strange looks. But as I say, you get used to it. You're probably thinking, that Denbigh Vids fella's out again. So yeah, I do get recognised quite a lot now. It's good when it happens. But that was Veronica. I've seen her for a while. But yeah, you get used to it. There everyone. Hiya, you're right. Veronica. Old Denbighite. So, and Dr. Livingstone, I presume. Controversial. Henry Morton Stanley. But anyway, obviously, basically, I'm heading down now. Heading down Vale Street. Trying not to get run over. Police looking at me there. Anyway, yeah, I'm heading to Aldi's now. If I can get across the road. I do all my own stunts. Right, yeah, Aldi, which is behind Lidl. You've got Lidl there. Or Lidl, is it? How do you pronounce it? Is it Lidl or Lidl or something? I don't think anyone knows how to pronounce it properly. But I'm not going to Lidl's or Lidl's. I'm going to Aldi, which is just at the back there. So, I'll speak to you in a minute. There's the stocks on the cross. The cross there. Used to sharpen their swords on the butchers, in the butcher shops. Used to come out there and sharpen their knives on it. Anyway, I'll see you in a minute. Just passing the old Hawk, we used to call it. It's the Hawk and Buckle. I'll show you on the sign still, it's flat now. I don't think it's occupied now, but it's still got the actual Hawk and the Buckle. And there was an old cockfighting pit at the back of that. In the old days, they used to put cockerels to fight, and that it was at the back of that. And they dismantled it stone by stone or brick by brick, whatever it was called. And they've moved it. I think it's called St. Fagans. It's like a history place and all that. And that's the old police station, which is moved years ago now. They built purpose-made police station. So anyway, obviously, basically, heading towards Aldi. So yeah, in a Gethley, this place here, I've talked about this once or twice. Big grand building, a Gethley. That was one of the first brick-built houses in Wales. As I said before, Vale Street's got all the big, large, grand buildings. All the high up, the gentry used to live here. There's no other street like it in Denbigh. It's all the big grand buildings and what have you. And it's also the busiest street in and out of Denbigh. So anyway, I'll be passing Lidl or Lidl and then I'll be just getting a few things. To be fair, done a lot of salt, a lot of grit and a lot of salt down on the paths, on the pavement as well as the road. So yeah, there's the Cludians. That's Moyle Park. It's the TV mast. You probably won't see the TV mast from me in this camera shot, but it's where we get our, well, TV signal. So, right, I'll just be passing Lidl's or Lidl. And then Aldi, it's just at the back. And I got my my key to open the trolley, which is off a corned beef tin. If you ever have corned beef, you know, you get the key, you open it, keep that, because it unlocks the trolley. Because Aldi's, what I find, is you put your token or your pound in, and when you come to release it, it doesn't pop back out. But with this key, you can put the key in, it releases the trolley. You can take the key back out. So yeah, that's how I only found it in Aldi's trolleys. It's a nuisance really. It unlocks okay, but when you come to unlock it, the little token on it, if you put a pound in, it doesn't pop back out. So I got a special key. Like I say, if you corned beef tin, keep the key, and you can use it to unlock a trolley. Evan Pierce Memorial Garden, which is open. It's open and shut quite often, huh? That's the Evan Pierce Memorial. Anyway, I'll just be going around the corner and then I'll pop into Aldi. Yeah, so here's Aldi. Station Yard. It's called Station Yard because that's where the railway station was. There used to be fish and chip on the corner here. Going back, you know, many years now, when the railway was running. It's just behind me there on the corner, like a little fish and chip stall. So yeah, there's Aldi's, which was the where the station was, the old railway station, which was by there, roughly by there. And then the bridge, as I talked about before, the bridge was on the bottom of Vale Street there. I remember that getting dismantled. Right, do some shopping in Aldi. That's a really big one. Oh, right, there you go. Oh, it's busy in there. I suppose it would be for a Saturday. Yeah, at least they did open till. They had 3 tills open, but they opened another till anyway. I hate it when you're standing there and there's queuing and there's empty tills. Guess that gets my goat. But that there, down there, the far end there, Home Bargains. That was the old quick save. It's my very first job, BMS Motor Spares. Bradford Motorist Supermarket, that's what BMS stood for. Straight from school, started there, 1979. I was there for a couple of years and I went to rail, BMS in rail, I tell you, the madhouse they called that. Used to have some laughs in that place. I tell you what, if I had a video camera then, a camcorder in them days, it would make for entertaining viewing, I tell you. Especially in rail. Yeah, it's roughly somewhere here. It's the Denbigh railway station. Yeah, that's it there, the Home Bargains it is now. But that was the old quick save. Where they were noted, weren't they, to move everything around. You'd go there on Monday, say, and you get your shopping, you go there next week and everything would be moved around. Quick save was noted for doing that. And nothing was priced. I think they used to just guess the prices. And if you had something they were going through and say it was a tin of sardines or something, and they didn't know the price of it, they just hold it up and they'd shout sardines, and you guarantee one of the other cashiers would shout 45 pence or something. They'd know, you know. I think they just make it up because nothing was priced. Right, joining Rill Road here now, and then I'll be back home in a few minutes. Just passing Simply Fish and Chips. Really nice chips from there. But that originally was the Vron shop. It was like a little village, you know, little village grocery shop. But it's called the Vron shop. Get across without getting run over. So yeah. Masons. One of my watering holes back in the day. So yeah, this is Rill Road. That's where I started, well, more or less started the vlog. So yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this little natter. It's one or two you like my walking and vlogs, and with a bit of a natter, a bit of an anecdote and stories and stuff like that. So as always, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you again.